Hello. Hello. I've been gone for a month and a half, and I apologize for that. As always, was not intended, but thank you for coming back. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Kelli Ann, and this is my channel. It was not intended to be gone for that long. Look what one of my friends gave me. So cute. It is incredibly hot here. Like actual hell on earth, it feels like. I have so much. And I don't even know if I'm going to get to it all. So my last video was May 16th. Yeah. It's been a hot minute. Before I get into where I've been, what's going on, and let's get caught up, not on everything, but as much as I can, I want to tell you about my nails. So I've been getting back into doing nail art, like kind of hardcore. And so I've been kind of like changing them like every week. And I've been actually doing nail art the last couple of weeks, more than just doing some different colors and some different toppers. Like I am painting nail art. I only use Holo Taco. And so yeah, so the colors that I used, the light blue is called Too Good to Be Blue. The dark blue that I used just came out. It's called Midnight at the Marina, or Midnight Marina. The lighter pinky coral is called Serving Sherbet. On this one specifically, the glitter is Everything Taco, and then the red is Left on Red. Then this one is Milky White Shimmer, and then the solid white is Not Milky White. That's what it's called. The glitter on this nail is the gold linear hollow topper. It was an exclusive in the advent calendar that came out in December. And then the topper on my thumb is Shooting Stars Taco. And then yeah, everything else is the same except for the topper on the red nail on this hand is the Sweetheart Taco. Anyways, yeah, so those are my nails. I'm hoping that they last through Saturday, and I'll redo them on Sunday, next Sunday, after the 4th, because today is Monday, June 29th. Yes, so it has been a month and a half. So basically, let's jump back into where I've been. The day after my last video, I had my training session, one of my training sessions on Sundays, and my trainer and I had a very good, semi-serious, and I mean, all of our conversations are serious, but like I wasn't in trouble or anything, okay? But really need to get better with my sleep, and getting off my phone at a decent time. And like, for some context and backstory, for the last year and a half, I have put on weeknight days, which are Sunday through Thursday, my phone has been going on Do Not Disturb at 7:30 p.m. And the only people that I get text messages from is certain family members, my dad, obviously my dad, certain family members, and my trainer, because those might be emergencies. And texts from anyone else. I feel a hair or string on my arm and it's bothering me really bad. Anyways, oh, it's that one. Be gone. So, and then on weekend nights, it would go on at 9:30. And that was more so just to disconnect from my phone some, which still wasn't super great at, to be quite honest. So I've been doing that for about a year and a half. I would still answer messages. Really cheeky friends, if they had iPhone, they can tell whenever you're on Do Not Disturb. They can choose to send the message through loudly regardless of your wishes, which majority of the time none of my friends or family do that. And then non-iPhone users can't do that. But anyways, I would ignore it. I would continue talking to people until God knows what time. And so the previous week he had been on a cruise, and it was a work-based cruise, and the whole theme around it was all these professionals and doctors and everything, and the main focus was hormones, and especially with the lipedema. Honestly, I don't think my hormones have ever been I don't think they've ever been correct. But he was like, we really need to start tricking your hormones. We need to start tricking it with food, tricking it with this and this. But he said, your sleep has to get better. It has to get better. Like, you have to start getting off of your phone earlier and winding down, because the phone, playing games, interacting, texting, it's keeping my brain like going. And so it was like, you need to get off your phone earlier. So I actually, now it's 7 p.m. that it goes on Do Not Disturb on weekday nights. Come here. And then it's 9 for weekends. But I do still talk to people on weekends. I stay up a little bit later on weekends regardless. But it has helped me not be on it as much, which has been really nice. But during the week, phone is on Do Not Disturb. I try really hard not to check it unless I know that I need to check for something specifically, or like I may like Google something really quick or something. But I've been doing really good at staying off my phone. I've answered a few messages here or there. There's been a couple of rogue nights in the last month and a half where I have stayed up too late on a weeknight. But the whole idea is get off your phone earlier, get off the blue light, and I can watch TV for a little bit longer, but then turn that off. And I'm either too tired and I go to bed, or if I'm not tired yet, I read a book, or like work on a book. Reading physical books is so difficult for me. It does put me to sleep really fast, but it's also really annoying because I really like the book, usually, that I like pick. And I don't normally, Stella walked in here, so I was trying to see if she was still in here and wanted to come hang out. But yeah, so anyways, the first week to 2 weeks, honestly, I wasn't working on anything anyways, because I was getting home and not feeling like I had enough time to craft or do anything, let alone also figure out this whole new schedule thing. So I was kind of really like not struggling with it, but trying to find the balance. I'm doing a lot better a month and a half later, but it's, I still haven't been crafting as much as I want or need to be, but I have some deadlines. So if anything, for the next 3 weeks, that has to change. But I have in the last 3 weeks worked on 3 different cross stitches, a couple of sewing projects. I got a tiny bit of haul. Well, in the last month and a half, I've gotten a ton of haul, and I have to rein that in too. But in 2 weeks, I am taking a class that is clothing related. It is a class on how to make a clothing pattern from clothes that you already own and like love. So these are like my favorite like solid tees. I wear them to work, but I would love to make a couple of my own, but with patterns, or like do like a piecing element or something on them and be able to wear them to work. But these are my favorite 100% cotton tees. They're from Duluth Trading Company. Majority of the time they're only in solid colors. They change out the colors like by season, really. Currently they do have a white with little black flowers on it. That's a really cute one as well. But anyways, absolutely love these. I love the sleeve length. anyways, I'm going to take one of these. I'm going to take an older one because there's 2 different methods that she shows you. I'm also going to take my favorite nightgown because I got this nightgown secondhand. The size is amazing. I love it so much. Like, the only thing that I would change is the bust seam. I would lower it a little bit, and then I would probably lengthen it by maybe like 3 inches. But absolutely love it. So there's 2 different methods that she's going to teach us. One is a tracing method to where you don't have to take it apart. She's going to show us how to fold the items different ways to trace the pieces that you need, and then you add your seam allowance. But you already know that these items fit. So all you have to do is add your seam allowance to your pieces, and then you make your pattern. And then the other way is she's going to show us how to properly deconstruct an item to use the pieces, the deconstructed pieces, as our templates. So that way you can recreate your favorite item as many times as you want. So there is that. And I'm super excited for that class. We're not going to be making anything. We're just going to be learning how to make the pattern or deconstructing to make a pattern. But I'm really excited to be getting into clothing, which will lead me to the only little bit of haul, well, almost the only little bit of haul that I'm going to show today because, yeah, again, I have to rein it in. And I will admit, this piece of fabric, there is more on its way because there is a dress pattern that I found that I want to make so bad, and I want to make it in this print. And I got a little bit of it just to have in stash to like make things with, but I love it so much in person. It's even better than on like the screen to order it. So I ordered enough to make a dress. And I'm very excited. It's not here yet. It is on the way. I think it delivers tomorrow though. But it's from Ruby Star. It's from the Freaky Familiars line. It just came out. It is their Halloween line this year. They don't do a Halloween line every year, but it's a collaborative line. And this is one of the 3 colorways for this. There's also like a purpley pink based version and one with a citron background, but how cute would that be as a dress, with like the pink and neon citron accents, or even cream. Okay, but absolutely love it. I mean, this cat is drinking tea or coffee. I'm addicted to both, so it could be either. But anyways, this for being a Halloween line, several of the prints are not super Halloweenish. Some of them are, but the cat one especially, it was not. But it's called Freaky Familiars. So all the prints, there's bats, which those are so cute. There's bats, spiders, owls, frogs, the cats, jack-o'-lanterns. I want to say there's one more, but that might be it actually. But it's like there's, on the bat fabric, it's just bats. On the jack-o'-lantern fabric, it's just jack-o'-lanterns. On the spiders, it's just spiders. So they're doing different things like reading books and stuff. The cats, it's just cats. And like in past Halloween ones, if there was cats on it, there was also all these other things. And so they made it very like each familiar gets its own print vibe. So while this is a Halloween line, nothing about this print like screams Halloween. So I'm gonna make a dress out of this. Okay. This other print is identical, but it's in 3 colorways. So I got some yardage of all 3 colors. This is a cotton from Tokyo, and I ordered it from Solarium out of Oregon. I got 2 yards of the blue to make a top in the blue. No, wait, did I get 3 of each one? I want to make a color blocked shirt. So I got, I think 2 yards of the blue, 1 yard to do a color blocking with more blue, and then 1 to do color blocking with some of the orange cats, as well as just blue and orange. And then I got 3 yards of each of these. 1 to do a black cat color block shirt, an orange cat color block shirt, and then an orange and black for Halloween. So I kind of want to do some different color blocking combos for some shirts. So I think that would be really fun. And I'm thinking there is a button down shirt style that I have. Ooh, I should also take that. I don't want to disassemble it. But there is a button down shirt that I really love. But it's like short sleeve. No, I need to find a pattern for that. Anyways, that's kind of like the vibe that I'm going for. Like one will be like, one side will be cats. There'll be like cats on some, like on this sleeve or something. And then it's like block, like of just block of color. So I don't know, very 80s. Okay. The other fabric that I'm going to show you, I made some pouches for one of my friends and her mom around Christmas time. She's also who I made the stuffed cat for. She's going through a lot. She's going to have a double mastectomy. There's a lot going on. Her dad is dying. There's a lot going on. And I had made these pouches. There is no pattern. I just made them. She really likes them. And she asked if I could make her a second one because she wants to, I guess, put some other type of like activity stuff in it. Come here, Stella. Come here. Yeah, you want to come here? Come here. Come here. Right here. Come here. Okay. Maybe she'll come in. No, now she's gonna get bullied. Anyways, she's using her original one for something. And anyway, she's gonna be in and out of the hospital a lot. So she asked if I could make her another one, but particularly in like a blue floral. So I picked out a blue floral and this gingham. So I'm just gonna make her a quick little pouch and send that her way. Okay. I have a deadline. And I have it printed. I'm going to be making 2 patterns, and I'm so in a couple of weeks there is an event with a bunch of quilting. It's quilt related. It's textile art related. So there's going to be some different quilt shops that are coming in. One of them is coming from Louisiana. One of the shops is coming in from Tennessee, but it's mostly Texas shops from the area. I think right now there's right at 37, there's between 37 and 40 vendors that are coming. But yeah, it's in a couple of weeks. It's a ton of vendors all in one spot. It's like a one-stop shop kind of a vibe. And because of the 250 year, they're doing a mini quilt wall voting. So it's a competition. So it's free to enter, but it has to be patriotic, red, white, and blue patriotic vibe. Cannot be bigger than 24 inches squared and has to at least be 12 inches squared. I think 12 is the minimum. It might be 10. For a second I thought it was raining and I got really excited. Okay, so I have been told that currently there aren't a lot of entries, but there is still 2-ish weeks to enter in. So I have a deadline. So I will be working on stuff, and it is FPP. And I know that I keep on saying I'm gonna make an FPP video, but I think instead of houses, I will still make one for houses on like how I pick all the things. But I may make some for this project. But I was told that majority of them are like just traditional like mini quilts. It's just like quilt blocks, but they're in red, white, and blue. And I like making more art quilts. So I found an FPP of a bald eagle. It's like the top half of the bald eagle with an American flag behind it. I'm doing everything is going to be scraps. So there's going to be some pattern, some movement to that one, but I'm going to keep it pretty traditional colors. Okay. Then, so that one is going to be 12 by 12. I think I'm going to submit a second one because I think I'd be allowed. I know what the prize is. Honestly, it would be really fun to win, but I don't need what the prize is because I already have one. It's a mini Oliso iron with a carrier. So if I did happen to win, I would keep the carrier and maybe have them give the runner up the iron or sell it. I don't know what I would do. Anyways, that's a big if. But I want to make a second one, and I found a Lady Liberty FPP pattern. It comes in a 16-inch squared or a 24-inch squared, so we're going to do the 24, go big or go home. I may end up making another one because it is kind of meant to be like Andy Warholified. So like you do a couple of them in like really kind of like crazy pop art colors and put them all together like the soup can, like, you know, like the tomato poster or painting originally, or the Marilyn Monroe, very Andy Warhol style. And I really love the cover art one. It's hot pink with like, it's like neon hot pink with like teals. It's stunning. But for this one, I got this fabric that is black and has these like starbursts on them. Looks like fireworks going off. So I got these the other day because I had a totally different idea. Originally, I was going to do these cats. And I was going to do a red cat, a blue cat, and make the little hearts white. This pattern, this was gifted to me. I've done other Thimble Blossoms patterns. Wasn't the biggest fan of how they're written, but it was better than this. I was getting so lost and confused on how they listed out the cutting list. It was to save space, I'm assuming, but it is confusing AF, and I'm on too short of a deadline to have to think this hard. So that's a no. So I decided to pivot, but that was going to be my background. I had already bought these, so we're going to be using this behind Lady Liberty. And Lady Liberty is the only part that I went today at Hobby Lobby and I got two colors. I got the like shadow color for her and a lighter color. So background, shadow, lighter color. And then you're supposed to have a couple different tones to do like the draping of her dress, but I'm going to do the draping in the colors of the flag. Yeah. So I'm going to be working on this. So I don't know. I think this week is like a good one to maybe do like vlog style or post a couple of little mini videos. I think one, it'll also keep me like engaged and continuing. But I want to start working on the FPP tonight. And I'm probably going to start with Lady Liberty because I already have these out. And then I can get to the pieces that are like the scrappier prints. And I already have it printed. I already printed out both. So I can literally get going as soon as I hit off on this video. Okay. So sewing wise, what have I worked on? I have been working on these purses. I have the shells done and I have started working on, oh, I have stuff on top of them. But I have started working on the top zippers for the closures. So it goes inside of here on the inside and zips close. So I've been started those and have those going. But yeah, once I get those done, I've just got to put a pocket on the inside lining and then put the zipper on the lining, put the lining in this with the strap holder, which those are already made. I've just got to put them in. And then I just have to make the removable strap, adjustable strap. But anyways, I'm making matching purses, except we have some different tags, and we also have different lining fabrics. My friend that I'm making this one for, so we wanted matching bags. My friend that I'm making this one for she likes darker, more jewel tones. So I found like a burgundy with like a plum kind of color. Really fun. It's like swirls. You can kind of see the inside of the side pockets. And then mine is a pink with red hearts on it by Ruby Star. Very cute. So her slide in pocket has a little cat and this little heart that kind of goes with the checker theme. And mine, same brand, but it says Me Made, and then I did a little Stella cat, but it was pink and kind of went with my interior fabric. So then on hers, for the back zipper pockets, so this is what her inside fabric is gonna look like. But she loves the Romantasy book, so I gave her a dragon. She got an old school smiley face, custom made, and a fuck yeah. And then I did this one. It is a quote from, it's a really fun label, but it's a quote from Doctor Who that says, "We're all stories in the end, make it a good one." I got a classic smiley face, I got a made by me, and a fuck yeah, and better look at my inside pockets and what my lining will be. So I've been working on these, and then I'm gonna make her 3 girls Hemingway pouches. And so I'm gonna make them in their favorite colors, and with like one of her daughters really loves hearts, so I'm gonna make her a heart one. 2 of her girls really love cats, but they have different favorite colors. So we're gonna do that. So we got some stuff going on. So that's what I've been making sewing wise. Okay, last little bit of haul that I'm gonna show you, and it has to do with these size 16 tapestry needles, and I hope that these are the right size. I'm kind of worried that they're gonna be too big. Will you work? Barely. Oh no, did I get the wrong I definitely probably got the wrong size. No, okay. It's not terrible. It'll do, pig, it'll do. All right. So one of my friends over in the UK, she's done tapestries before. I have one from whenever I was younger. It's from Germany. I need to get colors for it. But anyways, Emily Peacock is a needlepoint tapestry designer from the UK. She makes kits and stuff, sells them online over there. You would have seen some of her patterns if you've been cross-stitching for at least the last 12 years. Because some of her needlepoint patterns, she would also make a cross-stitch version, and they would be in the Cross Stitcher, which is a UK cross-stitching magazine. I don't know if they still are, but I do remember back in the day that I had some of her patterns that way. The ones that were in the magazine weren't ones that I was ever into, but my friend just got a kit of one of them, and I was like, I remember whenever that one was in the magazine as a cross-stitch pattern. And the cross-stitchers also talk about her needlepoint, but the patterns would always be converted. Anyways, I recognized the name whenever my friend posted about it. I went and looked at her Instagram because it had been years, and I saw this guy, and he was a kit. And I said, are you ever going to release him as a cross stitch pattern? Because her website, you can buy kits from her, like fully kitted needle points. And some of her older patterns, she has made cross stitch PDFs. So I said, is he ever going to be made into a cross stitch PDF? Which, to be fair, she totally could. But she said, well, actually, she said no, he was only ever needlepoint, and he's not on my site anymore because they stopped selling the yarn that was kitted for him. But I still have some of the canvases. If you're interested, DM me or email me. So I emailed her. And so I've had this for a few weeks. I ordered it about 2.5 months ago. And I've had it for a few weeks. But I was waiting on my yarns to get here. My yarns got here today. So while I was at Hobby Lobby getting those 2 solids for Lady Liberty, I picked up needles. I think they're too big. I might have to go and get 20. That's the only other size that they have is the 20s. But I didn't think that they would be big enough for the yarn, the eye. What do I know? I don't know. Anyways, but it goes through. Might get a little tight, but it'll do for now. But anyways, I'm so excited. She just said you would have to you would have to figure out the colors yourself and source them yourself. And I said, okay, bet. So she has a couple of these. So if you're really interested, go to Emily Peacock on Instagram and email her. Or I guess her website, Emily Peacock Tapestries. Her website just might be Emily Peacock, but if you Google it with tapestry on the end, you'll find her. I just had to have him. He's very mid-century. A lot of her stuff is color blocked like this. It is very kind of like MCM vibed. If you know anything about me or have ever seen or been to my house or seen videos or photos of my house is majority MCM with a little bit of Victorian mixed in. Like the most new age part of my whole house is my sewing room, honestly. The rest of it, like my house looks vintage and I love it. But I had to have him. I want to make him so bad and put him in my kitchen. I want to have him framed. I'm going to have him framed after I finish it and then have it in my kitchen. And I love it so freaking much. Okay, the only yarn that I don't have is the black because everywhere was sold out. I should have just gotten a really dark gray, and I almost did, but they were out of that one too. So I got all the rest, and I think I overkilled it on a couple of the colors, but I just wasn't sure. Actually, I probably overkilled it on majority of the colors, but I just wasn't sure. But it's DMC. I got this from Hello Bargello out of New York. I don't have stretcher bars, so I'm just going to be holding it and doing this in hand. But she does give you a pattern so you can kind of like keep up with it. So I'm going to make a copy of it so I can actually like write on it. But I'm very excited. I don't know, maybe one day I'll also cross stitch and make like a little mini, I don't know. Okay, so for the background, because the color on the canvas and the color on the print are a little bit different of a color than, I mean, you're trying to pick yarns offline. This isn't a natural hobby for me at this point, so I got as close as I could. Okay, but also I took screenshots of her finished version and was trying to go off of that. So this is the main background color that I picked. Okay, and for the yarn, the DMC yarn from hellobargello.com is $72.96. Would have been, I was really hoping that they were going to correlate with DMC colors, and they don't. Okay, so the green in his eyes and in part of the fish is s11e12. It's this more like seafoam bright green. Then the lime green of the table is this one, is s11e42. I don't think I did too bad. I don't think I did too bad. White is white. White is white. And it's like, it's on the cat, it's on the fish, it's on the plate. The whole cat is outlined in white. I mean, there's some white in there. Okay. The yellow, which is on the fish and majority of the cat, is this one. And I got 70/50. Then for the orange, this is where I didn't go bright enough, but it was hard to hard to tell. But I think it's gonna look good. It's 79/22. None of this is gonna look bad together. So that is definitely not what I'm saying. The bright pink is 71/36, which it's up against yellow and white. So that's gonna look really good. But then the dark reddish rust maroon color that also goes with the weird green on the fish is this one. It's a rust color, 74/47. And so that's like those three colors. Okay, I'm trying not to give too much of it away. And then, yeah, like I said, the hot pink is 71/36. So I just need the black, but it's cross stitch adjacent. It's just, you know, half X's. I don't have stretcher bars. Is that super important? I don't know. But I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Yeah. Anyways, we're going to give it a go. We are going to give it a go. So I'm going to be sewing a little bit tonight, and I'm going to be starting this guy. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Cross stitch. Let's get into it. I have a completed clue, which I think that means this weekend we're getting the next clue. Okay, but this is my Picture This Plus. Welcome to the circus. On 32 count Lugana, the color is fawn, I think. It is so stinking cute. The details, especially with the back stitch on this, you guys, perfection. Perfection. I love it so much. It's so stinking cute. I cannot wait for the second clue. I'm pretty sure we haven't been shown the second clue yet, because they obviously first in the teaser they released what goes up here. It's the rabbit in the hat. If you haven't seen the teaser, I'm not really spoiling anything. During their live, they showed what the top center looks like with the words. They showed this corner. Yeah, they showed this corner, and then they showed this bottom corner. So we don't know what this is, what this is, what this is, or what this is. So there's still plenty to the mystery, but before it went out, we did get 4 of the 10 clues. So now if you watch their live, which it's still on YouTube, so if you're curious, if you think that you would like that, I mean, that's what really sold it to me, is seeing almost half of the whole thing. So if you like this guy in dead center, because you have to start in the dead center of this one, and if you watch the live and you basically see the entire top section and one of the bottom corners, if you like all those and you like this guy, it's 50%. Chances are you're gonna like the rest of it. So Really excited to get the second clue. Like I said, I don't think it's one that we've seen yet. So really excited. And I think that's kind of why they did that. I think those are like some of like the last ones. So, all right. I've also worked a little bit on my Gone Fishing / Jam and the Jellies. So what I'm going to do first, I did start this fish because I don't know. I do like him. I'm going to keep him. But I've been working on the cat and I started the cord. I'm doing a lot of changing of the colors. And then I'm going to keep on extending the cord. I'm going to figure out where I want to put the scuba. I'm going to figure out where I want to put the submarine kind of like above it on my fabric. And then finish the cord to it based off of that. But this is how far I am. This is a 32 count Lugana. It is a printed on fabric from Rogue Stitching. Go check out Rogue Stitching. You can get a lot of sewing, cross stitch supplies there, patterns, threads, needles, fabrics, custom printed fabrics. Tell Mike I sent you. But yeah, so I've been working on this. I'm going to make the submarine colors gold and white. So that's why this is like a goldish kind of color. I think it's actually one of the olive greens, but it looks gold on this fabric. So I like it. But yeah, been working on the little cat. So I've been getting a little bit in on that, but I'm doing so many color changes and I haven't picked all my colors yet. I have a bunch in here, but I don't think I'm going to use most of them. I need to like kind of like look through the box, get a vibe, see what I want to do. Oh, I have Saturday's class to show you. That's also, I have homework due in 2 weeks. I have a lot of things that are due in the next 2 weeks. So yeah, I was like, oh, this could be a fun time to bring back my vlogs. But also maybe release them, not wait a whole week. But like kind of release them as I like work on stuff. Like minis, like little mini videos. I think at one point I was doing like dailies or like every others. At one point I was doing 3 videos a week. I don't know. Maybe we'll get a little mini resurgence of that. Oh, I guess I should take this out. That did not work the way that I wanted it to. All right. I have, in the last month and a half, I did get some worked on my little tiny mini sampler, which is the Brenda Gervais with needle and thread, which Brenda Gervais, the company, is with Thy Needle and Thread. So it's a very play on word of her business title as well. But this is where I'm at with it. So tiny. So absolutely tiny. It's supposed to be like a 12 by 13. Mine's going to be 6 by 7. Because this is 32 count Lugana, but it's over 1. So it's a little guy. Absolutely tiny. Like, the little hand is the length of my pinky nail. That's crazy. So I have gotten some work on this one in the last month and a half. I need to get back to it. But it does start hurting my eyes. So I can't work on it like some of the other ones. I want to. But I have, like, some days my eyeballs just say no. So that's the downside. Okay. Last thing. Oh, I guess I'll show you. So this is my FPPs. So the American Eagle is 4 pages. The other reason why I wanted to do the 12 is because his eye is not going to be fun. Like, I had to do that with the owl for my dad. It's hectic. And I'm going to have to, like, glue some of these together. Or not glue, but tape them together. Okay. All right. And then Lady Liberty, I think this is the one that I'm going to start because, again, there's a lot of pieces that are just those 3 colors. And I think that'll help. But it is 12 pages. But, like, the pieces are massive. So some of these I have to tape together as well. Like, this is a piece. And it's not the whole piece. So, where is the rest of it? I don't even know. Like, I've got to figure out where they are. Okay, so, like, here's part of the eye block. There's the other part of the eye block. So that's the top right, because it's backwards. FPP is reverse. So this is the top right corner and the center of her crown. And then there's like where the little, if you go up in the statue into her crown, these are the little windows. Anyways, hectic. I've got to put that together, and I also write on it what color needs to go where, so that way I don't have to refer back to the pattern all the dang time. Okay, so I signed up for a class. It is 3 sessions. It's every 2 weeks. First session was on Saturday, and I couldn't do most actually, I couldn't do any of it with my machine. I need to get me a machine that I can do clothing on and do all these other like fun things. But the class is to like learn like new skills. I'm not really learning too many new skills. They're things that I already, at this point, it's stuff that I already know how to do. But we did decorative stitching, and it's not that I don't know how to do them. It's that my machine is only a straight stitch machine. So it literally just can't do them. So I got to use my friend who was teaching the classes machine, and oh my gosh, so freaking fun. But this is our center block. So my homework is I have to quilt this, and we have to quilt it in a certain way. That's our homework. Because the way that she wants us to quilt it is not how I would personally quilt it with free motion, but I have to do what she says to do for the class, which is totally fine. I'm taking a class. I'm getting told what to do. I mean, I do that in my classes. Kind of. It depends on what we're doing. Anyways, so I need to quilt this piece, and then I need to figure out my other fabrics for the rest of it and prep the pieces to make the blocks, because in the next class we're going to make those blocks and then start quilting them. I think, yeah, start free motion quilting them. So I think next class I'm good to go with my machine for everything that we have to do. It was just this time. So we did raw edge applique, but we held the edges down with decorative stitching. So this is my center block. I'm doing it very scrappy, the background, because I didn't have a background piece big enough for the center. So I had to kind of put it together, but honestly, I think it's a vibe. I made a cat nana plant. I love it. I absolutely love it. We did these different stitches. So I did scallops around the center. We did this S curve around all the petals. I did a fun triangle satin stitch, and I did them different directions for each side. And then we did this little, it's kind of like it's a half scallop, but it's a full scallop. Half scallop, full scallop, around our flower pot. So, that's what we did. Everybody got to pick their own stitches and stuff and pick all their own colors, but I didn't know that that's what they meant. And whenever I signed up for the class, the owner said that I would be good with my machine. So I didn't know to bring any other threads. I mean, it said bring thread colors that you want to use, but I was like, why wouldn't I just use the gray that I always use? because we were doing this. So anyways, these are the colors that Jenny brought to teach it for hers that she was going to do in the class with us. But because I needed to use her machine, yeah, anyways, super fun. Also got to try tearaway for the first time. Absolutely love tearaway. But yeah, anyways, super fun. Absolutely love this. So yeah, I have homework for this class too. I have no clue what I want the other fabrics to be for the other blocks. So I've also got to figure that out. But I think that's it for this video. But yeah, the last month and a half, I mean, for a month and a half, I really have not worked on a whole lot. I mean, let's be honest, I haven't. But I have deadlines. And so I don't know. Should I just start sewing tomorrow? Because I really want to start this guy. And it's almost, I don't have much time left before it's already time to go lay down. I think maybe we'll just sew. I think maybe we'll start Lady Liberty tomorrow. I think we're going to start this guy. I want to start him so bad. But yeah. So anyways, thank you for joining me on this crazy adventure. I'm just so excited. I have so many projects going on. I want to get like one good, I want to just play. I want to kind of get, I want to understand. And I want to just get started. This might become my work project. Because I think I'm going to become obsessed. But yeah, so I think I'm going to vlog for the next at least 2 weeks. Because I just have too much. I have too much to get done in a short deadline. I'm actually hyped for all of it. I think majority of my cross stitches are going to go to the wayside, except the circus one at the moment, just because I have to come home and focus on sewing stuff. Because I not only have to make the quilt tops for these, I also have to quilt them and finish them and make them final, like fully finished minis in the next 2 weeks. So while I quilt those, I'm going to quilt the center, or the center of that project. I might also quilt the current ransom note that I have made and get all of that done. And then I can get back to bags and houses and other little things. I also want to, there's a local shop that I want to see if they want any Hemingway bags in like small batches to see how they sell at their shop. So we'll see. That's all. It's all very exciting. But I finally have like excitement about what I'm working on again. And also I figured out a good amount of my sleep. But that has been honestly trying to keep up with all the things. And there's some stuff going on at my house at the moment that I've especially been dealing with the last week. Not great. It's under control. I'm not going to get into it. But it caused a lot of stress and a lot of anxiety. And up until Friday night, picking out the fabrics to do the center, which was super stressful, and I kind of just like winged it because I was so annoyed. Saturday was the first time that I've really worked on anything in about a week and a half because of the stuff going on at my house. So I've just been dealing with a lot for the last month and a half, and honestly, why force out a video and not be excited to put out the video? So that's where I've been. Anyways, if you've stuck around for the last hour and gotten all the updates, I really appreciate you, and I will see you in the next video, which I hope is honestly in like a day or two. And let's do some mini vlogs. Dan, just pulling out my charger. Anyways, I will see you guys in the next one. Love you so much. Let me know what you're working on, And I don't know, am I crazy? I don't know. Let me know. Anyways, I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.